Hey folks, welcome to Burl Sports. We'll get rolling here in just a minute after make sure the stream is coming through all right. Appreciate you pivoting with me again this week to a Saturday night. So Tuesday to Saturday, pretty short turnaround, so thanks for making it work. Do feel free to interact in the chat. All right, looks good on YouTube. What's up, Ed? Todd, good to see you all. All right, Facebook looking good too. Let's give folks a couple minutes. What's up, Kid, Terry? If you're curious what's coming up, I've not done a ton of updating on the upcoming break section, but you'll see I did push the 74 basketball just because I wasn't gonna have time to ship more than one break this week. I've got a lot of prep to do before the national, so wanted to make sure I was able to prioritize that. But we'll have a pre-sale open up for a pretty cool auto repack next Friday, but that won't ship until after I get back from the national. So do keep your eye open for that, though. Should be fun. And then, yeah, so the National Sports Collectors Convention in Cleveland. If you're going to be there, pop on by booth 403/502. I got a little bit of space there with some other folks, but stop by, chat me up. We'll be nice to meet some of you in person and see some of you again in person who've met before. What's up, Christian? Yeah, I'm not sure, Ed. I think we do need to go out, grab a bite to eat or something one night. My fam's gonna be with me, so I'm gonna invite them. So if you got family, we'll make it family friendly and go grab burgers or something. Keep it simple. But pop by the booth and we'll talk about it there instead of talking about it on the live stream, if that makes sense. But yeah, it should be good fun. All right. Well, we're 9:01. I'll talk a little bit about this set before we dig in. And so 61 top set break. If it's your first time breaking with us, we did have quite a few new people this time, so that was good. Every spot gets a card. So if you bought 5 spots, you get 5 cards. If you bought 10 spots, you get 10 cards, and so on. However many spots you bought, that's how many times your name is in this list. So we'll randomize our list of names, paste the randomized list of names right next to the checklist. And so whoever comes out of the randomizer in spot number 1 gets Dick Groat, spot number 2 gets Roger Maris, and so on. I won't read all 587 names in this list. I will read through the big hits and we'll show those live on the broadcast. And then I'll post up a list sorted by participant as soon as the broadcast is over. Mike, you can make it work. Baltimore's not that far. I mean, it's not short, but it's not like it's California. Anyways, a couple of quirky things about the 61 set. There are 3 card numbers that do not exist. We'll start with 426 because it's the weirdest. So there is no 426. However, there are 2 463s. So both Jack Fisher and the Milwaukee Braves are both 463. And so 460 or 426 should have been the Braves, or was intended to be the Braves. And so those should, so got the Milwaukee Braves team here serving as 426, even though it is card number 463. Then you see 463 for real is Jack Fisher. One other quirky thing is that 587, 588 do not exist. So we go from 586 to 589. So 5 card, the Warren Spawn is the 587th card in the break. So that's how that rolls. Yeah, I did not have a limit on this one, so some of you guys bought a lot, which I was thankful for. Helped us get it sold out in time to break on Saturday night. Typically, again, if it's your first time breaking with us, typically I start out with a limit on how many spots you can buy, and then I open it up if it doesn't sell out within like a day. Today's not Sunday, Mike. Today's Saturday. I'm throwing a kink in everybody's schedule. Um, but yeah, I need to get the break sorted and shipped out, by Tuesday to make the rest of my week work. So in order to do that, I could use some time tomorrow afternoon. So that's why I pushed to get us sold out early. All right. So we're going to randomize our list here. That means I need your help. Well, Greg may not have noticed that I'm doing it on on Saturday. Definitely a lot fewer viewers this time around. Usually we've got 25, 30, even pushing 40 on some of the breaks, but I know the Saturday night probably put a kink in some folks' plans, or they just didn't notice. But help me out with how many times we're going to randomize this list. We're going to randomize it. So give me some numbers in the chat between or including. Let's do 6 and 12. Between or including 6 and 12. Third number in the chat is how many times we'll randomize the list. While I wait on those numbers to roll in, congrats to Beer Barrel Breaks on Twitter for winning the free spot in this one. Go give me a follow on X, Facebook, Instagram. That way you don't miss out on those. All right, pull this over so I can count with you. 1, 2, 3. Mike's got us with 7 randoms on this one. So if you don't like your cards, blame Mike. Hey, Henry. Appreciate you tuning in, man. Congrats. And make sure you direct message me your shipping info when you get a chance, if you haven't already. I'm not reading messages right now. All right, 7 randoms coming up. Good luck, folks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. All right, we got Cully on top. All right, I'll delete that little extra row there. And then we'll make this big enough where I can see it. And then I will shift the view just a hair so we can see a little more of the camera, maybe. What have I done? Better. If I can get my left and right figured out. All right. Good fun. Roger Maris up first. Of course, Roger hits 61 home runs in 1961. Going to James DeLong. Congrats, James. Winning the AL MVP. Getting a World Series to boot. 141 RBIs. Fantastic season. All right, Brooks Robinson is next. Number 10, going to Nathan Lindgren. There you go, Nathan. Little Brooksy. Robin Roberts, he's card number 20. On to Douglas Meyer. There you go, Doug. All right, Nellie Fox. Going to Jesse Ellis. Ron Santo rookie, card 35. Going to Matthew Parker. Adjust this just a little so I can see all of that name. Hopping up a little ways to Jim Cott, 63. Going to Michael Mayville. Ted Klaczewski, 65. Going to Steve Valinsky. Killebrew, card number 80. Going to Nathan Lindgren. Richie Ashburn is card number 88. Going to Christian Walker, or Wagner, sorry. Christian Wagner, getting old Richie. Richie with the Cubs at this point. Billy Martin is 89 with the Milwaukee Braves. Going to Nathan Lindgren. Johnny Podres, 109. Going to Michael Mayville. Second hit there for you, Michael. Congrats. Pinson. Next up, going to Laura, Ed Conrad. Ed Matthews, 120. Going to James Hook. The manager cards, a little interesting design here. Al Lopez for the White Sox, 132. Going to Daniel Kelly. And Alston going to Rick Callio. So a couple of Hall of Fame managers there. Billy Williams was your NL Rookie of the Year. Little rookie star there in the corner. Going to Greg Ritzer. SGC 3 here on the Billy Williams rookie. Nice hit there for you, Greg. Whitey Ford's 160. Oh, before we get to Whitey, we've got Willie. Going to Matt Feinstein. Congrats, Matt. SGC 4 on the Willie Mays. Somebody pointed out in the Twitter thread, I think it was, that it's one of Willie's, maybe Willie's only card without a hat on. I'd never really thought about it, but it does kind of stand out now that I've heard it. I can't like unsee it. All right, Whitey Ford's 160. Going to Todd McKenzie. So here's the Whitey. He's your Cy Young winner. 25 game winner. World Series MVP. Quite a year for Whitey as well. So congrats to you there, Todd. Warren Spahn, 200. Going to Jason Edmister. little spawn action for you. Some decent multiplayer cards in the 61 set. One of them is the Dodgers Southpaws with Koufax and Podres. 207. Going to Angelo. There you go, Angelo. Nice stuff. Gibson to 11. Very serious. Going to Steve Strauss. Nice hit, Steve. Gibson with a little stare down action. Here's team card design. Yanks were World Series champions there in 61. 228 going to Elliott Muir. Getting that Yankees team card, Elliott. Junior Gilliam, 238. Going to Paul Ganem. Drysdale, he's 260. Going to James Hook. Tony Kubek, he's 265. Going to Douglas Meyer. All right, we got Yaz. Second year card for Yaz. Got the little rookie star. He's 287. Going to Paul Ganem. Stan Musial up next. Going to Yaren. Card 290. The World Series subset is retrospective of 1960. So Mantle slamming 2 homers is 307. But first, we got to look at 300. There we go. 300, Mickey Mantle going to Mark O. Congrats, Mark. Snagging that Mick. Really nice presentation on the SGC3 here. Beautiful color. Light wrinkle at that top center is the reason for the downgrade. Really nice card. Congrats, Mark. Then our secondary mantle here. Quite a few mantles in this set, actually. World Series Game 2, going to Steve Bauman. World Series Game 7 with Mazeroski's homer. Going to Jeff Wagner. I like this card a lot. Ton of fun. With the winner celebrating 313. Rick Callio. Getting that Pirates classic. Right, Sandy Koufax is 344. SGC4. Going to Yaren. Nice hit, Yaren. Koufax led the majors in strikeouts in 61 with 269. Beautiful card. Ernie Banks going to James Hook. Mr. Cub. That's a solid card. All right, Frank Robinson. It's a really nice Robinson, by the way. 360. Going to Jason Edmister. Kim Boyer. He's 375. Going to Tim Fogel. Minnie Minoso's 380. Going to Ed Conrad. Oh, I forgot to mention on the Frank Robinson, he was our NL MVP in 1961. Reds runners-up to the Yankees in the World Series. 388. See you, Mike. Right. Roberto Clemente, SGC 4. 388. Going to Robert Morris. Another great subset in 61 is the Baseball Thrills. So 401 is Ruth hitting 60 homers. Going to William Ratliff. We have Hornsby topping the National League with a 424 average. That's card 404 going to Yaron. Now, all these are pretty solid cards in this little subset. Here we've got Mantle blasting a 565-foot home run. Going to Ed Conrad. There you go, Ed. Nice little subset. Fun cards. Little pieces of history. Hank Aaron, he's 415. Going to Ed Conrad. Ed is tearing it up tonight. Wearing us out, Ed. Wearing us out. Love it. Congrats, man. Marichal is 417, going to Joe Mordini. I don't know why Marichal is in a top loader instead of a card saver. Beats me. I'm sure it made sense to me at some point. Yogi's 425. Going to William Ratliff. Al Kaline, 429. Going to Brian Richmeyer. Right, we talked about Maz earlier. Here is his regular player card. Going to Steve Strauss. Cepeda had a stellar year. 435. Going to Nathan Lindgren. Cepeda, 46 home runs, 141 RBIs. Luis Aparicio going to Angelo. Aparicio, 53 stolen bases in 1961 to lead the majors. Duke Snyder going to Andy Dinger. There you go, Andy. Little Duke. Early win. Going to Jeff Williams. There you go, Jeff. Gil Hodges going to Ed Conrad. MVP subset is up next. So this is retrospective MVPs, which is pretty fun. Derek Feaster snagging the Phil Rizzuto, who was AL MVP in 1950. Yogi is 472, going to Joe Mordini. Yogi's AL MVP in 51, 54, and 55. Mantle, card 475, going to Matt Parker. Of course, remembering 56, 57 years. Nellie Fox, also going to Matt Parker. Congrats, Matt. 1959, AL for Fox. Roger Maris snagging a couple in a row, 60 and then ultimately 61 as well, going to Al Godwin. Campy. You can see National League with the blue background, American League with the red. Campy with 3 MVPs as well. Going to Al Godwin, 51, 53, 55. Willie. SGC 4 on the Willie, going to Yaron. Congrats there. Hank Aaron. Going to, yeah, Yaron's having a solid one too. Mike Sussets. Getting the Hank, SGC 4.5. McCovey is 517. So jumping up a ways. Going to Al Godwin. We've been rattling off Al's name a few times as well. Up a little bit more. Wilhelm is 545. Now do keep in mind through these high numbers, a lot of them are worth your price of admission. Ed Conrad snagging the Wilhelm high number. So don't just toss these other high numbers in your common box at the next show. Do make sure you dig a little bit. Nellie Fox, 570 into the All-Star subset. Robert Morris getting the Nellie Fox. Mazeroski's 571. Going to Mark. Oh, nice hit, Mark. Second big hit for you. Brooks Robinson going to Yaron. I will say that out of all the All-Star subsets, you know, from the late 50s through the 60s, this 61, they're my favorite. Busting through the newspaper, sharp. Kim Boyer going to Cully, Scarborough. With Aparicio going to Elliot Muir. Ernie Banks going to Michael Mayville. Maris, who is not happy to be here on picture day, going to Kurt Humbertson. All right, got a few of these graded as well. The Hank going to Chris Gangi with SGC2. Mark, oh, that's a double mantle night for Mark. Getting the mantle all-star. Congrats. SGC 1.5 on this one. Willie Mays going to Daniel Winterick. Go Daniel. Mays may just be my favorite all-star card. It's good. Good picture. K-Line going to Steve Strauss. Frank Robinson going to Cully Scarborough. There's that World Series MVP winner, Whitey Ford, going to Derek Peaster. And last card in the set, no slouch, Warren Spahn, going to Steve Strauss. Congrats there, Steve. So that's all I've got for the evening. Appreciate each and every one of you for tuning in, buying in. Look for some more content about the National once it rolls around. Hopefully be able to do some videos, share with you how things are going, maybe some pickups. I don't know. I don't know how much time I'll have to walk around since I'm setting up this year, but Ed, I'll probably, let me think about that. I'll message you either way. But look forward to seeing some of you folks at the National. Should be good fun. And yeah, that's all I got. Have a great evening, and hope the rest of your weekend goes as well as it has so far. Maybe even better.